So let's talk about what I think are the best bags that you can buy from Longchamp's seasonal sale. Hello, and the warmest of welcome to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, fab to have you here. For those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you're enjoying my videos. I put out videos roughly 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion to slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself and, of course, celebrating others. So, let's talk about seasonal sales. I've already told you what I think is worth looking at in the Aspinall seasonal sale. You might have also seen that fabulous individuals like Steph from Handbagholic have released videos on these, and also Steph has her Bargain Hunters newsletter, which is absolutely fantastic. I received mine yesterday, so thank you, Steph. Great to see what's available. But I thought I would delve into some of the other brands that maybe we don't hear other individuals talk about quite so much, or maybe aren't captured in some of those other videos or content. So let's talk about Longchamp. I'm a huge Longchamp fan, as we know. I think the brand is fantastic. The staff are excellent. Always available, always supportive, really helpful, great customer service. The quality of the items is also really good, and it's at a reasonable price point as high-end brands go. So I don't think you can really go wrong. It just has to match your aesthetic. But whilst we're talking about that, bag of the day for me is a Longchamp piece, and I am using my Longchamp Le Pliage in the leather in this beautiful kind of Barbie Pepto-Bismol pink. I just love it. This shoulder strap, kind of short shoulder strap, but it can also go crossbody if you wanted it to. It's a fabulous piece, and there's one of these on this list from me, so keep your eyes peeled for it. Anyway, let's get into item number 1. And item number 1 is one of the higher end styles that you can buy. It's very chic, it's very sophisticated. It's a great alternative to Celine luggage if you don't want to pay that price point. And I'm of course talking about the Mailbox. I love the Mailbox. I love the Mailbox in the size medium. I think it's beautiful. I would like to own one. I should own one. I'm going to own one. Who knows when? We'll figure that bit out. But it comes in this really beautiful pink, or there is a lovely green, which I think is called Cypress. So there's a couple of options here. You can get it in smaller sizes, but I think the medium is a really good size. It's a 34 centimetre bag. No, a little bit smaller than that. 30 centimetre bag, potentially. I'll pop the dimensions in for you. But it comes with a shoulder strap that could also go crossbody. It could be a work bag, a day bag. It could ease into evening bag. I think the smaller sizes lend themselves better, but it's very chic, it's very sophisticated. Like I said, it's a great alternative to Celine luggage. It's circa £400, which I think is a really good price point. It's a big drop. These normally sit around the 600, the high fives, low 6 mark. If you go to the large size, you're in the £700 mark. So it's a really good price point drop. So definitely something to think about. Well lined, well thought through. It's a very nice item. Another one that you know I'm head over heels for, and this is because I own one myself, and this is the Longchamp Rousseau, and this is in the size XL. They have changed their sizing, so if you have watched my videos previously and you've seen my Longchamp Rousseau that I have in the canvas, that would now be classed as an XL, whereas previously it was an L. They've changed the sizing. They've not changed the size of the actual bag. They've just changed the name of it. Why? Who knows? But that would now be classed as an XL. So this is the Longchamp Rousseau XL, and it's in a mixture of what looks to be a suede and a leather. I like this. I like the texture of it. I think the Rousseau in the large size is a very chic bag. I think the Rousseau is a very chic bag in general. This could be a great work bag. It is a great work bag, actually. It's not that it could be. It is a great work bag. I know that from experience. So this is very kind of sophisticated, understated. If you want to have a nice pulled together piece, but you don't necessarily want it to scream the brand it's from. This could be a really nice one to think about. It's in kind of the mid £300 mark, so it's dropped 40%. So I think it's a really nice one for you to be thinking about, and I can firmly recommend it from experience. So there we are. Now for you Hermes Evelyn lovers out there, but you're just not a lover of the price point, or maybe you don't love the way that Hermes does business, then look no further than the Le Foulonne in this crossbody style. I particularly love this in this purple. I think this purple is stunning. That kind of violet lavender shade, I think it's beautiful. This is in the small size. There are larger sizes, but I've gone for this one because I think this would be the great day all-rounder for you. It would fit all of your essentials without being too bulky. It's quite a flat item, so it would sit quite flat to the body. It's got a reasonable strap length, but you can adjust that. And it's kind of in the mid £100 price point. I think it's a really nice piece. Like I said, you can get it in multiple colours, but I think this purple is a real standout. It would go with a lot of different outfits. It would go with some warmer tones. It would go with some cooler tones. I absolutely adore it. I think it's beautiful. I wouldn't personally buy one of these myself because it's not really my style. However, if I were to see that on somebody else, I would think that's a really nice item. So whilst it might not be one that would land in my shopping cart, I could see absolutely why people would, and I think for the price point, you can't really go wrong. A favourite of mine, the medium top handle from the green collection, and this is part of the green collection because it has that nod towards recycled materials and sustainability, and the green collection is essentially the replacement of the club line as far as I've understood it. Now the two standout colours for me would be Flower and Thunderstorm. And you know I've had my eye on these for a little while. I'm still debating. The reason being, I have 5 of the medium top handles and I have them in... I do apologise, I managed to break the tripod earlier. So, yes, let's adjust and go again. So... where was I? Oh, the colours that I would choose. They would be Flower and Thunderstorm. So I really like these. I'm debating whether or not I'm going to go for them. I've got 5 of these bags already. And to be honest, Flower for me is a little bit washed out. It's nicer in person than it is in photos, but I've got a really vibrant pink and then I've got my leather in that really beautiful baby pink, so I don't really feel like I need it. And then the Thunderstorm is very close to my Neo. So, but if you don't own a bag that's similar to it, I would recommend them. If you don't own a pink bag or you prefer this kind of more peach shade, then it's a great item. If you don't own something in that kind of turquoisey colour, then Thunderstorm's a great option. So definitely something to think about. I love the medium top handle. I think it's an excellent style. It's possibly my favourite bag style. I think it's the bag that is the best value for money on the market, not just from Longchamp, but in general. So I really do stand behind them and rate them. So definitely something that you should be looking at if it's your style. This next one is a really interesting one. It comes from the Pliage collection range, and this was released, I want to say, spring, summer of this year. And it is this really interesting, quite angular top handle. And I like this because I like the mixture of the grey, the white and the green. And you've got a couple of different colours of green. You've got that very bright acid green piping, glazing, is that what it's called? And then you've also got the green shoulder strap, and it just adds an athletic nature to the bag. This could be a great gym bag, a great sport bag, or like I said, it could add a slightly more kind of athleisure vibe to your overall outfit. It's quite a large bag, so you can fit quite a lot in these. It will be very practical. You could wear that shoulder, crossbody, top handle, and it's £161. So it's gone through a little bit of a reduction. So whereas the clubs, the green collections, sorry, before had only really gone through a 20% decrease, this is in a little bit more substantial, I think, because it was I want to say it was 235, 240 originally. So a little bit more of a drop, but I think this could be a really nice one. This is one that I've got my eye on. I remember seeing it in person, but the thing is I can't remember if I liked it that much in person. So that maybe tells me something, that I know I've seen it and I can't remember it. But from looking at the photos again, and from what I know the functionality to be, and for it having that kind of athleisure vibe to it, I think it's a nice one. Now the colour is less important in this one, although I really do like the colour that I've picked here. And this is the Pliage Coeur or Coeur, which is this style, but in the backpack. And the reason I like this is the versatility of it. So we will all remember Senreve and the Senreve takeover that happened, was it 2018, 2019? When everyone was being gifted them, and they had that kind of top handle backpack convertible bag style, and it was very popular. Longchamp do a version as well, and it is this beautiful subtle leather lay pliage, and it's got a top handle, it's also got the straps. I like the versatility of it. It's quite a small bag. It's probably comparable to the small top handle, if not a little bit smaller, but it would be very versatile, very easy to use, and very chic. So I think it's a really beautiful piece. I love the colour that I'm showing you this in. I love that pink, but there are other colours that also hit the sale. So definitely, if pink isn't your thing, there could be something for you. I think it's really pretty. I've looked at these in the store. They are very functional, they are very versatile, but they are also very chic. And that isn't always a balance that every brand and every bag can strike. So definitely a great item. It's come down to a reasonable-ish price point. You're in kind of the mid 200s here. They start at, I think they were 335 originally. So you've had a fair drop there. It's just whether or not it's a bag style that would work for you. But I think it's definitely something to consider, and one that is definitely worth picking up in the sale opposed to a full price. Now for a belt bag style, and you don't often hear me talk about belt bag style. It's not my favorite style of bag, but I absolutely love this Croco belt bag. You can get it in red, you can get it in blue. They also do it in black, but the black isn't in the sale. It's only the red and the navy blue that are. I think this is fun. I think this is easy. This is playful, but it's chic. This would be a very chic concert bag. This would be a very chic day bag. I'm imagining this like you're wearing, so I love to wear a black t-shirt, a black blazer, black jeans and black boots. And I can imagine this in the red just slung across the chest. And I think that would be a real pop. I'm not a red fan, we know this, but I've mentioned a red bag from Aspinall, and I'm mentioning a red bag here because I can see the way that they work. If they did this in hot pink, that would probably be more my jam. But I can see the way that the red would really elevate an outfit. And I would recommend the red over the blue. Would I? Yes, I would. I think that the blue is nice, but I actually can't see the way that the blue gets styled. Whereas I can see it very clearly with the red, in my mind. You might be different. You might find navy blue easy to style. I don't find navy blue all that easy, unless I'm going for an all blue monochromatic look, or maybe white. That's the only way that I can really pull it in. Maybe I'm wrong, let me know, but I think this in red is a real vibe. So definitely look at this. The Les Foulonne range. We have spoken about one item from the Les Foulonne range with the crossbody bag in the purple. We're now talking about one of their briefcase styles. I love this, and I love the amber colour. I think it's so pretty. It's got a shoulder crossbody strap, it's a top handle, it's quite a slim briefcase, very chic, very understated, very sophisticated, but again, that colour would just add a little bit of pop to the outfit. If you want something that's fun, that's playful, you work in an environment where maybe a logo isn't the most appropriate thing, but you're able to have a bit more fun and experiment a little bit more with the colours that you own your items in, definitely look at this. I think that's what Longchamp's really good for, that quite understated, luxurious feel and look at a reasonable price point. And this Les Foulonne briefcase absolutely hits the mark there, and I think it's stunning. Thinking about something like a Neverfull, a Gucci Ophidia tote, an Anya Hindmarch tote, but don't necessarily want to pay that price, why not look at the Rousseau Essential Tote? It's practical, it's easy, it's hassle-free, and it's at a reasonable price point. It's at a reasonable price point RRP, it's at an even more reasonable price point in the sale. Definitely something to look at. I like the fact that this is fabric and textured, and it just adds something. The grey is a nice shade of grey, and then you add that texture to it, that kind of plushness and softness. I think it really just would add something to an outfit. Now, you have to be very conscious of when you would use this, because if it's raining, this wouldn't be for you. And that's where the LV and the Anya Heinmarch and the Gucci's, etc. have you picked, because those are weatherproof. Minus Vachetta, the canvas itself is a little bit more durable in all weathers than this would be. But if you live in a climate that lends itself more to warm, dry weather than cold, rainy weather like the UK does, then fine. Or if you have a couple of versions and you think this would be something that you would use on a crisp, cold day, opposed to needing it to be your day in, day out bag, then absolutely something to consider. I have a mulberry tote that fulfills the function that this would fulfill, but I have looked at this a few times. I've looked at it a couple of years on the trot, and I actually think it might have featured in my video last year, but the one that had the large logo across it. So that doesn't quite tick the subtle box, but it's a very nice tote nonetheless. And last, but certainly by no means least, the version of this that I said was coming up, and that is the Longchamp Le Pliage Queer in the medium size in the colour Pale Pink. I think the pale pink is really beautiful. I think it's around £320, down from £455. Now, you might remember from where I discussed nylon versus leather, I said that my kind of sweet spot for this particular bag style would be around £300, and this brings it into that realm. So definitely a recommend. Love the fact that it still folds. Love the fact that it has some versatility with respect to a shoulder strap and top handles. It can fit so much in this. I can fit a large laptop in this, so I can fit a 16-inch laptop in mine. You have to do a little bit of kind of jiggery-pokery in terms of making the insides of the bag work for you, but you can absolutely make it happen. Very versatile, very chic. Definitely a bag to consider. I love it in this colour. If you want it in one of the other colours, I think there might be a couple that hit the sale, but if you wanted it in, for example, black or grey, you have to pay RRP, so that would be £455. I think it's a little bit much. I think if you're going to do that, you should be looking at the Rousseau line or the Mailbox line, but if you're head over heels for this particular bag style and you happen to want it in one that would be full RRP, by all means, go forth, pick it up. But my recommendation would be £300 is around the max I would pay for this. If I'm going into that £400-500 mark, I'm looking Rousseau and I'm looking at the Mailbox, particularly with the fact that a lot of those hit the sale. So there we have it, everyone. I apologise for the interruptions and the camera difficulties. You know that I'm not going to hide anything from you on this channel. These things happen. So there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed. Please let me know what you're thinking of picking up. I'm still in two minds as to what I'm going to go for. I might ask for them to put a couple of things to one side and then pop into London and see if I can see them in the flesh and then say yes, no, or a lot of yes or a lot of no. So who knows at this point. But let me know if you've picked anything up, if you've got anything on order, if something's arrived, or if it's just not the sale for you. Love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now. Mwah.